Hey folks, welcome to History 131, U.S. History 1. I'm your professor / instructor, Dr. Jeff Myers, and I'm going to go through a quick class tutorial so you know exactly how to go through the course. All of the assignments we're going to do right here. I'm going to cut it into 2 short videos and upload it here, and then we can rock and roll. So I'm just going to run through the class real quick. When you sign into class, you'll always show up here. Underneath welcome and instructional video is getting started. I just want you to know that this is an online class only taught via Blackboard, so all of your information, assignments, discussion boards, comms, blogs, grades, final will be found here. Below is my introduction blog. There's my wife and I last September. Actually last August, right before our son Hugo was born. These are my sons Lev, named for Levin in Anna Karenina. He just turned 3 August 24th. And this is Hugo. He's going to turn 1 on September 12th. 2 summer babies. So that's me. You can read about where I come from, what I studied, all of that if you'd like. Now below getting started are the announcements. Anytime there's an announcement, they will show up there. You'll also get pinged via email. I don't like to send out announcements every week. I don't want to give you too much to think about, but I will also I will check in once every 3 or 4 weeks just to see how everyone's doing. Below the announcement is the syllabus. There are 2 ways you can get the syllabus. I put it all in text form here so you can read the whole thing right here. Or there's a downloadable version here. Click OK, and then it'll be an accessible Word document that you can download and print or put on your computer. If you need to contact me at any time, here's my contact info, my email, my phone number. I'm in Homer, so if you're ever down in Homer and want to hang out with me, just let me know. We can go get a cup of coffee, or you can come visit in my office. Always like meeting you. And since it's an online course, traditional office hours do not apply. We could also Google Hangout, Zoom, Collaborate. If you want to do something via video conference, I'm all for that too. I'll get back to you. For those of you who I've seen before, welcome back. For those of you I do not know, welcome. I hope you enjoy. You know that I get back to you as soon as I can. Very rarely will it not be the same day unless I'm traveling or just up to my ears. Below that is some online etiquette. Please read through this. Just be collegial. We are going to probably disagree on things as a class, but that's okay. We're just going to have some nice Socratic discussions and just be collegial. Below that is an important link to UAA's tech support and accessibility services. So if anything goes wrong via tech, all of the information is right here. I hope that doesn't happen. Blackboard's actually been doing quite well lately, so hopefully that doesn't happen. And anything you need accessibility-wise, please contact them, and then they will contact me, and we will get things going. Academic support, more resources, add drops, withdrawal, transcripts, all of that right there. Below that is a late work policy. As class gets going, you'll get a very good idea of how it works quickly. Each weekly assignment will be due on midnight Sunday of that particular week. Your book review is going to be due on midnight Friday of the week. We'll go through all of this. Most late work, letter grade will be deducted for each day that a particular assignment, discussion, book review, or final is late. I really want you to try to keep caught up, because if you keep caught up in this class, you're going to do well and you're going to enjoy it. No doubt about it. There's not going to be leniency for anyone who tries to get the course done in the last few weeks, because it's just too much work. Way too much work. And I know that. So, like I said, if you keep up, good things will happen. My grades is right here. That's where you get your grades. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through 3 of the things that you're going to be graded on. Stop the video, and then I'll finish with the last 2 things that you're going to be graded on. So the first thing is an introduction blog. That's worth 50 points. At the beginning of class, there's going to be a blog. You can upload pictures of yourself, favorite sports team, pets, family, where you traveled, favorite car, cat, dog, parrot, whatever. Anything you want the class to know about you picture-wise, if you'd like to. Then you can tell them a little bit about yourself, hobbies, family, what year in school you are, major, minor, what you like to do, music, painting, art, hunting, anything, fishing that you want the class to know about, and you'll put it in there, and then you'll post it as a blog. And I'll show you where to do that, and the blog's worth 50 points. So underneath weekly assignments is where everything is going to be turned in. So you're going to turn in your introduction blog here, right? Go to blog introduction, create blog entry, John Smith's blog. You're going to type in everything about that you want the class to know about you, and if you want to attach some pictures, browse my computer and you can attach pictures that way. And then you're going to hit post entry. Now, after you do that, you're going to go to your name and click on things. Oh, and someone's already turned in a blog. And then you're going to see someone's name, people's names, your classmates. So go down the list and comment on a couple of your classmates. Read them. You might actually end up knowing them, which happens quite a bit in class too. You went to high school, rival high schools or something like that. Always fun. Excuse me, it's early. This is one of the fun things to do at the beginning of class where you get to know each other and I get to know you and you get to know me. It's really quite fun. So that's 50 points. The next thing you're going to be graded on are weekly assignments. So each assignment I want done in a Microsoft Word, PDF, Google, or other document and then uploaded into the proper assignment each week. Each weekly assignment is due no later than midnight, end of day, on Sunday of that week. You're going to have an assignment after each module, each week. Week 1 has an assignment, week 2 has an assignment, week 3, etc. And all of the information that you need to finish the assignment is going to be in your module with the PowerPoint lectures, media, and documents given. And they're going to be short answers and definitions. So, oh, this is wrong. There are a total of 14 weekly assignments. You will have to pick and turn in only 11. I'm going to change that right now. Alright, my apologies for that because this is important. So there are a total of 14 weekly assignments. You are going to pick in and turn in 11 only. Okay? So what's a weekly assignment? I'll show you what a week module does. Each week you're going to have a module with some ideas of PowerPoints, YouTube videos, things of that nature. And so my advice to you is what you're going to do is you're going to come down here, PowerPoints, and you're going to look at the assignment and see what is being asked of you. In 5 to 6 sentences, give some idea of how the Spanish, French, and Dutch colonials differed in how they set up their colonies. You can talk about how they treated the indigenous, their justification for coming there, how societies were structured, etc. Right? The Spanish, the French, and the Dutch all treat the indigenous peoples differently, depending on who they are. Okay? So you're going to answer that in 5 to 6 complete sentences. Then you're going to pick 2 of these definitions and you're going to answer them. The who, what, when, where, why, and most importantly, the significance of 2 of the following. You can pick the Western Indians, the Great League of Peace, Juan Ponce de Leon, the Pueblo Revolt, or Samuel de Champlain. You're going to pick 2 of those and answer the who, what, when, where, and why, and most importantly, the significance of them. So what I'm going to do, and it's not up there right now, I'm going to put an example of an assignment, a good assignment here that you can look through. The basic idea is not only the general information, but why it's important. What happened afterwards? How does it change history? How does it change the way people interacted with each other? How does it change the history of the United States in a different trajectory, right? So you're going to put it that way. Okay, and then I'm going to put an example assignment up there for you. The basic idea is, let's say you're doing Richard, I think I'll put an example of Richard Nixon up there, but let's say you're doing Watergate as one of your definitions. You're going to say who, Richard Nixon and others, broke into the Democratic Watergate hotel, motel, trying to bug them and looking for things at the Democratic National Convention. Why? Then you're going to say why. But most importantly, what happens because of Watergate? Richard Nixon ends up being found that he at least covered it up. That will eventually lead to his downfall. It will lead to things like the Freedom of Information Acts and other things. It will lead to really the beginning of the mistrust of our politicians on a different level. And then into today, we have this feeling of sometimes mistrust of our politicians, right? A lot of that has to do with Watergate. That's what's important about it. That's the significance part. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop here and cut this video and then talk about your book review, your short analysis, and then your historical fiction final. And then before we do that, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to click on assignment 1. You're going to type it out. You're going to hit browse my computer. You're going to attach the file, hit submit, and then I'm going to get pinged. And so then I'll know that you turned it in and when you turn it in. Please don't write a text submission, and please don't type in there because it's very hard for me to read. Okay? So that's your weekly assignments. You're only going to do 11 of them, so then the 3 weeks you don't do them will give you time to catch up on your other classes, start reading books, take a break if you're caught up, anything you'd like to do. But you're going to have 3 weeks off of weekly assignments.